Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the TTV News postcard on TayNinhTV radio television station with some last events in our province. And now we come into details. Ladies and gentlemen, on the afternoon of October the 3rd, Provincial National Assembly delegation held a conference to comment on the draft law on the social insurance amendment. The conference was chaired by Mr. Phạm Hùng Thái, Permanent Deputy Secretary of the Provincial Party Committee, head of the National Assembly delegation of TayNinhTV province. Also attending the conference, there were representatives of the relevant departments, branches, and socio-political organizations, and social insurance representatives of the district, town, and TayNinhTV city. At the conference, delegates heard about the expected time and content of the sixth section of the 15th National Assembly, introducing some basic contents of the draft law on social insurance amendment. Accordingly, the law on social insurance amendment includes 9 chapters with 136 articles. The delegates contributed ideas for additional short-term benefits, such as increasing support from the state budget to attract the people to access social insurance policies, pay attention to propaganda work among the people about participating in and withdrawing social insurance. Concluding the conference, Mr. Phạm Hùng Thái, Permanent Deputy Secretary of Provincial Party Committee, head of the National Assembly delegation of the TayNinhTV province, on behalf of the National Assembly delegation, to receive opinions from departments, branches, and also the sectors, and will consider and filter opinions to contribute to the 6 sections of the 15th National Assembly. He also asked the delegates to continue to research and review the draft and send it back to the National Assembly delegation in the coming time. And on the occasion of the 21st anniversary of the establishment of the Bank of Social Policies, October 4th, the standing Vice Chairman of Provincial People's Committee, Võ Đức Trong, came to present the flowers and congratulate the Bank for Social Policies of the TayNinhTV province. After 21 years of establishment, the TayNinhTV Provincial Social Policy Bank has developed 94 transaction points in communes, wards, and towns, and more than 2,000 secondary savings and loan swaps. This is the extended arm in policy credit activities and a bridge between the bank and the borrowers. To date, the total outstanding debt of the Social Policy Bank of the TayNinhTV province is nearly 3,700 billion Vietnam dong and increased to 36 times compared to the day of establishment. Noting and praising the results that the Social Policy Bank of the TayNinhTV province has achieved, Mr. Võ Đức Trong, standing Vice Chairman of the Provincial People's Committee, with the bank's officers and employees continue to unite, strive to successfully complete society tasks and the goals, improving the quality of social policy credit in the area, and continuing to promote the social security work. And on the morning of October the 3rd of 2023, the State Bank branch of the TayNinhTV province organized a Bank Enterprise Connection Conference to listen and solve difficulties for the businesses. And currently, deposit interest rates tend to decrease quite sharply compared to the beginning of the year, but lending interest rates decrease more slowly. The total outstanding loans by the end of September of 2023 reached about 94,000 billion Vietnam dong and increased to 9.5%. At the conference of the TayNinhTV Business Association, the TayNinhTV Young Business Association, and many businesses reflected the difficulties and obstacles in the process of assessing the preferential loans, proposed the debt structure and interest reduction and loan rate also. The businesses also said that the valuation of loans assets is still slow. Mr. Dương Văn Thắng, Vice Chairman of the People's Committee of the TayNinhTV province, requested that the banking industry pay attention to feedback and suggestions of the businesses. In the fields of industry, the units and credit institutions self-review, self-correct, and self-improve and adjust to create more favorable conditions for the businesses, such as the capital. The Propaganda Department of the TayNinhTV City Party Committee just opened a second political theory training class in 2023 for nearly 100 new party members. During the 7 days from October 2nd to October 10th, the students will study, research, and discuss 10 topics, including the Marxism-Leninism, Ho Chi Minh's ideology in the ideological foundation and guideline principle, build and perfect a socialist rule of law state, the party's socio-economic development guidelines, building and developing education, training, science, technology, culture, and also Vietnamese people.
At the Bank Business Connection Conference, the State Bank branch of Taynan Province informed businesses of short-term loan interest rates for 5 priority areas and refer rental credit programs and packages. The maximum short-term loan interest rates for 5 priority areas at commercial banks is 0.4% per year. At pure credit funds is 5% per year. Short-term loans interest rate for production and other business sectors are popular at 9 to 10% per year. Interest rates for medium and long-term loans in the production and business sector are popular at 10 to 11% per year. According to the State Bank branch of Taynan Province, loan interest rates in the area decreased by about 2% compared to the beginning of the year. Commercial banks also announced refer rental credit programs and packages with lower interest rates of about 1 to 3% per year for each field and customer group.
Celebrating the event in a day in Hanoi in 2023, Sunworld Padang Mountain has just launched many discount programs for the cable car tickets for the tourists from Taynan Hanoi when visiting this area and visit and worships at Padang Mountain National Tourist Area. The promotion program takes place from October 2nd to October 31st of 2023. Accordingly, visitors only need to bring identification documents confirming their permanent resident address in Taynan Province or Hanoi capital to immediately receive a discount on cable car tickets to only 200,000 Vietnam dong per adult ticket and 150,000 Vietnam dong per ticket for the children. The capital composed for 2 cable cruises to Bacoda and to the top of the mountain. And compared to the current ticket price, this preferential price has been reduced by over 60%.
On October 3rd and 4th, 2023, the International Center for Tropical Agriculture, or CIAT, in collaboration with the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, organized a workshop to evaluate and summarize the research project, establishment of solutions to treat cassava diseases in Southeast Asia in Taynan Province, at the cassava growing and breeding area in Tân Châu Thảo, Tân Phú Camille, Thành Đông Camille. The survey team conducted a preliminary field assessment of the results of the project solutions for treating cassava diseases after 4 years of implementation in Taynan, including varieties of HN1 and HN5, some promising varieties such as C74, C21, etc.
The architectural works and natural landscapes within the Padang Mountain National Tourist Area have been constantly innovated, continuously bringing visitors the experiences. It is also a famous scar pyramid place, one of the hailing tourist destinations that is both peaceful and majestic. On the occasion of the Full Moon Festival in August, when the tourists came to visit Mount Padang Mountain, everyone can't help but be very surprised by the spectacular change in the landscape at the top of the mountain, along with the exciting and meaningful festival activities attracting from the elderly to the children. And the highlight of this series of activities is the exhibition's post-Vietnamese lotus leaves, displaying many unique and creative works of art made from lotus leaves and through modern processing technologies and also spatially. Along with that, visitors can also visit and admire the exhibition displaying for 50 Asian statues that are national treasures of Vietnam and many countries around the world such as Japan, China, etc. When I went to the top of our mountain, I admired many statues and I participated in many activities also. Our family felt very excited and very happy. Here the nature and climates are very cool, the environment is very clean and friendly to everyone. So after working days, I can come here to visit and relax. Offering flower lanterns on the scarce peak of our mountain will also be an activity that tourists cannot miss. In the space of harmony between the earth and the sky, writing wishes on flower lanterns and dropping lights into water dishes at the foot of the tallest table that sung but the statue in Asia. This activity has brought bringing peace and freedom to the heart of every visitor. We also want to bring more opportunities for the tourists to conquer the roof of the south. So we have many preferential ticket policies will be deployed and applied for the last months of the year. Celebrating the event in Hanoi in 2023, Sunworld Padang Mountain has also launched many discount programs for the cable car tickets for the tourists from Hanoi when visiting this. Visit and worship at Padang Mountain National Tourist Area. The promotion program takes place from October the 2nd to October the 31st of 2023. The visitors only need to bring identification documents confirming their permanent resident address in Taynan Province or Hanoi capital and will immediately receive a discount on cable car tickets. Also during this period, the monks and nuns with the monk and nun certification from the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha or dịp thọ giới certificates will also receive the completely free cable car combo tickets to the top and to Bar Pagoda. And with majestic beauty and famous sadness, with the unique spiritual and architectural works, exciting and meaningful festival days along with the preferential policies on the ticket prices, Padang Mountain Taynin has become a favorite destination for many tourists at home and also abroad. And ladies and gentlemen, implementing the National Target Program for Sustainable Poverty Reduction in the period of 2021 to 2025, Thanh Hóa Provincial People's Committee has issued a decision on housing support project for poor and near-poor households in poor district of Thanh Hóa Province under the National Target Program for Sustainable Poverty Reduction in the period of 2021 to 2025. The project is implemented in 6 poor districts including Mường Lát, Quang Hóa, Quảng Sơn, Lang Chánh, Thường Xuân, and Ba Thước. In the mountainous district of Lang Chánh in July of 2023, the District People's Committee issued an official dispatch to continue implementing the housing support project for the poor and near-poor households in the district. Under the National Target Programs on Poverty Reduction Sustainable in 2023, the total number of households requesting housing support is 747 households, with a total support cost of 21 billion 480 million Vietnam dong. In the past, the family was very difficult. Our husband has passed away early. The mother and children live together in a very difficult and dilapidated state. In 2023, the Front Board will support for 50 million Vietnam dong to build a house. Relatives will have for the day. And my mother and I were able to build a house. I thank to the party and the government for supporting my mother and me to have the house. And my mother and I are very excited. The front calls for donors to get about 67 houses, of which 2 are repair, 65 on the new build. The maximum the district supports is 50 million houses. The maximum the district supports is about 50 houses, and by 2023, the needs of poor households are met after the survey of the district is about 430 households. The district is also continuing to call for support. Along with implementing support to build houses for poor households under the National Target Program for the Socio-Economic Development in the ethnic minorities and mountainous areas, to the district Phalanx Front, unions and localities, many units, organizations, and individuals have joined hands and supported the construction of housing for poor and near-poor households, and thereby contributing to helping the poor people in highland areas quickly stabilize their residence, actively work, produce, and develop the local economy and society. And ladies and gentlemen, the special national relic site of brave poet Nguyễn Du is located in Điền Thảo, Nghi Xuân District, Hà Tĩnh Province. This is where the precious documents about the life and career of the world cultural celebrity Nguyễn Du are kept. And to promote those values, Hà Tĩnh Province is implementing many solutions to take this relic site and attractive destination for tourists also. Nguyễn Du relic area is highlighted by peaceful green space and houses with architectural characteristics of the North Central region on the 18th century. Along with that, many precious artifacts associated with the life and career of the great poet Nguyễn Du is also preserved here. After visiting, the group and individuals understood a lot more about Nguyễn Du's background as well as his legacy in the country of Vietnam. At Nguyễn Du relics, more than 2,200 documents and artifacts are displayed with 3 main themes revolving around the life, the people, and influences of Nguyễn Du. And to great appeal and attract tourists every time they come here, the management unit always focuses on innovating the explanation and introduction of these artifacts to impress the visitors. According to statistics, Each year there are from 20,000 to 30,000 visitors to Nguyễn Du relic site. However, economic efficiency and promotion are still slow because there is no attractive and unique tourism product. This is something that the local authorities and management units are seeking to change in order to promote the special values of this relic site. The task of the project committees and authorities of all sectors in the coming time is to turn the cultural heritage of Nguyễn Du and tell of Kiều story into attractive and unique tourism products that attract the tourists. Nguyễn Du cultural heritage is the product of the crystallizing the intelligence, soul, and beauty of Vietnamese national culture through his talent. Over the time, that heritage has become part of the quintessence of human culture of the time. In order for those values to be spread to the people at home and abroad, rating attracting tourism products in Hà Tĩnh province, more specific and practical solutions are also needed. And that's all for the news today. Thank you for joining with us and see you next time.